ikaw ang mayor, how do you deal with the problem? Unforgiving ako. Hardliner. Alam nila yan. Sinabi ko yan sa mga pulis. Putang ina kayong mga pulis. Pag pumasok kayo dyan sa droga, kayo ang mauuna.
Mr. Chair.
No need to strike.
That there is such a thing as Davao Death Squad. It may not be the correct term, or it may not really be or explicitly called the Davao Death Squad.
Who
But,
coined that name, that phrase?
At the proper time, I will ask the chair's permission to play a never-before-played video that precisely talks about the Davao Death Squad, exactly related sa line of questioning ng SP Pro Tempore at that.
What's up mga kababayan, News That Matters here. Dito sa video natin ngayon ay ating panoorin itong mga pagsagot ni Tatay Digo kaugnay nga sa EJK mga kababayan. Kahit na hindi na ganun kalakas itong si Tatay Digong makikitaan mo pa din ang pagiging mahusay nito bilang leader na napakatalinong sumagot mga kababayan. Kahit nadidiin na ito sa mga anumang aligasyon o akusasyon at malaking sampal ito sa mga naninira sa mga Duterte. Pero bago tayo dumako dito sa pinaka-hearing mga kababayan ating pakinggan itong si Chinito Tesoytan na kung saan napansin niya din pala ang panggagago ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada na kung saan sinakyan ni Tatay Digong itong joke time na ito. Ating panoorin saglit to mga kababayan.
Gago din talaga itong si Jinggoy Estrada no? Talagang ma-issue din Kasi kanina mga lods sa Senate hearing, nagtanong si Jinggoy Estrada, sabi ni Jinggoy Estrada, napapansin ko lang Mr. President, na sa kanan ka lang tumitingin, hindi ka tumitingin sa kaliwa. Dahil ba andun si Senator Laila de Lima? Sagot ni PRRD, sabi niya. Wala naman kasing maganda dyan. Sabi ni Risa Hontiveros, this is not a laughing matter. Sabi ni PRRD, I am not joking. Ay, nako. Ayaw lagi mo, di ba? Wag ang mga Bisaya, Kasi magsasabi talaga yan ng totoo.
Correct. Atin yung mapapanood dito sa video na ito mga kababayan at inyo ring masusubaybayan. Pero bago ang lahat mga kababayan, huwag niyo po sana kalimutang mag-like at subscribe para updated ka sa mga uploads ko araw-araw. At kung maaari mga kababayan, pwede niyo pong i-share itong video na ito nang marami pang makapanood. At yun na nga mga kababayan, sa pagbabalik topic kahit anong pagbubutas o pambubutata ang iba to sa mga Duterte kayang-kayang sagutin ni Tatay Digong. Kung kaya naman hindi ko na patatagalin pa, ito na ang buong video.
So now we will commence with our questioning by the senators. Upon the request of Senator Bato de la Rosa, is there Colonel Grijaldo here? Colonel Grijaldo, upo po kayo dito kasama namin. Wala, Senator de la Rosa will be the one to introduce him maybe when he asks questions too, directed to Colonel Grijaldo. Okay, pursuant to our guidelines, we will now commence the questioning. We will have to start with our Senate officers. So I now recognize Senator Jinggoy Estrada. You have 10 minutes, sir. 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Some questions addressed to the former president. Mr. President, kanina pa ho kayo tingin sa amin. Lagi kayo tumitingin sa kanan. Hindi ho kayo tumitingin sa kaliwa. Nagpapansinan na ba kayo ni Senator De Lima?
Wala maganda dyan. Dito lang.
Anyway,
Mr. Chair.
to be serious,
Yes,
on a serious
Mr.
note,
Chair,
sir.
I think
I beg
Senator
the
Jinggoy,
SP Pro
Senator
Tempore to lead us in setting the tone that this is not a laughing matter.
I'm
Yes,
not,
Salamat,
I,
Mr.
I,
Chair.
I was not joking.
I was just para ma-lighten lang yung mood, Mr. Chair. Anyway, on a serious note,
yes, okay.
Mr.
Continue.
President, how do you assess the campaign against illegal drugs during your time, Mr. President? Do you consider it as a success, Mr. President?
Mr. Senator, it is a continuing problem for the country and for the entire world. The drug problem is a very serious and pernicious, virulent ailment that the country is facing. Panahon ko and the previous presidents, yung panahon ko, hindi siguro ninyo nagustuhan, not you, yung the entire country, I am addressing the entire country. Baka hindi ninyo nagustuhan. But yun ang style ko. Sinabi ko nga, I tried to do the best that I could. Eh kung nagkulang ako, pasensya.
Correct.
Pero ang solusyon during my time was a call of duty of the president. Ako yun. Kasi ako yung presidente sa panahon ko.
Naintindihan namin ang punto nyo, Tatay Digong, na kaya lang naman kayo napasubok, no, na magkaroon ng kampanya laban sa droga, dahil kitang-kita nyo na nababalot na ng mga adik ang buong bansa, na dahil sa pamamalasakit nyo, naging maayos at mapayapa ang mga dinadaanan ng mga kabataang Pilipino.
At hindi ako nagkulang, Mr. Senator. Nag-warning ako lahat narinig ng Pilipinas. Huminto kayo sa droga. Bitawan ninyo, drop it. Kasi magkakaproblema talaga tayo. Pag nakita tayo sa isang kanto at naghawak mo ang droga, problema na talaga yan. So, yun na, nagkakaroon tayo ng problema. May patayan. But it was not a state-sponsored killing. There was never an official order to the police and the military and to the agents of government to kill. Andyan si Senator De La Rosa. Wala akong sinabi na ganon kasi abogado ako. Ang sinabi ko, yung sinabi ko nung nagtuturo ako sa Police Academy, that in your fulfillment of duty, yung elements of self-defense would apply to you pag you are trying to arrest a person. Alam mo, ang trabaho ng pulis kasi, pag sinabi mong aarestuhin kita, hindi hinto dyan. The police must arrest and overcome the resistance para madala mo yung kriminal doon sa istasyon at mabok mo para makulong. Yan ang problema at naawa ako sa mga pulis.
Correct.
Hindi mo masabi, bitawan mo yung baril at pag hindi sumunod, sabihin lang ng pulis, o sige, bukas makita tayo dito, huwag ka nang magdala ng baril.
Ayan kitang-kita sa comment section na karamihan sa sambayan ng Pilipino nagwiwika na ibalik ang war on drugs campaign ni Tatay Digong. Kasi alam na mga kababayan, napupunta na naman tayo sa pagkalugmok, no, sa kanal na maging narco state ang bansang Pilipinas. Grabe naman talaga.
Hindi yun ang tinuro ko sa kanila. Nagtuturo ako sa Police Academy. Yan, lahat yan sila dumaan sa akin. Yan, because yan ang turo ng sa College of Law. That's the law. Kung ano yung sinabi ko sa police, batas yan. Walang compromise dyan when you are arresting a person. If he resists, pag ayaw magpa-aresto, you have to overcome him. his resistance. Ngayon, pag lumaban, nagkaletse-letse, may baril, may magpatayan talaga. Kaya yan ang problema ng pulis, kaya naawa ako. Kaya ako rin nandito, guns, siguro, paano na rin ng God sent yung invitation ninyo. Naawa ako dito sa mga pulis na tinatawag ninyo at inaano ninyo, yung trabaho ng pulis kasi involves personal contact. Walang trabaho sa pulis, sabihin niya, halika dito. Bitawan mo yan, mag-surrender ka, sumama ka sa akin. It is always a confrontation. And if the other guy is armed, there will always be kamatayan or injuries.
Tama.
Mr. President, if I may,
Yes, sir.
kasi napapanood ko kayo sa TV nung hindi pa ako senador during your term na meron ho kayo sinasabi, uubusin ko kayo, papatayin ko kayo. Ano po ibig sabihin? Sino po yung uubusin ninyo? Sino yung papatayin ninyo? Ito ba yung mga user, mga pusher ng illegal drugs?
Yes, sir. Lahat. Hold-upper, kidnappers.
Hindi lang sa drugs?
Hindi lang droga, sir.
Mhm.
Lahat po. When I was mayor, kalaban ko lahat ang criminals. Huwag naman yung mga staff. Wala akong alam dyan mga...
Yan ang tatak Duterte. Hindi takot magbangga ng mga malalaking tao, no? Alang-alang sa kapayapaan ng kanyang mga kababayan. Hindi ka nga nang nakararami kung maaari lang bumalik ka, Tatay Digong, sa pagkapresidente
Yung matsike-tseke. Yung mga kidnappers sa Mindanao po, marami yan. At yung mga lawless elements doon, when they go on a rampage, they take over the entire municipality. I-hostage na lang yung municipality, yung bangko lahat doon, hino-hold up. At yung police hindi makagalaw kasi nakapalibot sila and there are civilians. And they cannot start a war because the civilians eventually will be killed in the process. Pati sila.
Nung sinabi niyo pong uubusin ko kayo lahat, papatayin ko kayo lahat, ito ba ho yung naging resulta kaya marami hong naging patayan, Ginoong Pangulo?
Literally, yes.
So, pero wala ho kayong inuutos sa mga dating chief of police ninyo,
Sir,
chief of PNP na pumatay.
warning lang na istorya mo lang yan, sir.
Chismis lang ho.
Alam mo, pagka mayor ka o presidente ka, pag sinabi mo, hoy, huminto kayo dyan, masama yan, illegal yan, walang mangyari sa syudad mo. Pag sinabi mo, huminto kayo, papatayin ko kayo. Pag hindi sila huminto, of course, the police would come in. Sabihin ko sa police, pag naghawak ng baril, ito yan sila, dumaan yan sa Davao lahat. Koy, pati, ito, si Danao, lahat yan sila, dumaan ng Davao. Ang order ko talaga sa kanila, pag maghawak ng baril, patayin mo na para one less criminals. Bukas mag-hold up na naman yan, may poproblema na naman tayo. Ganon rin sa pusher.
So, Ginoong Pangulo, nung mayor po kayo ng Davao, do you confirm the existence of the Davao Death Squad?
No, sir.
Wala po
Wala.
Davao Death Squad. So, ano po yung iniimbestigahan ni former Senator De Lima nung siya chairperson ng Commission on Human Rights? ang inimbestigahan po niya yung DDS, if I'm correct. Am I correct?
I don't know how the term was coined.
Senator De Lima, were you investigating the Davao Death Squad when you were chair of the CHR?
Yes, that was the
But
the focus.
But the former president doesn't confirm the existence of the Davao Death Squad.
That has been his position nung tinanong ko ho siya, nung nag-appear siya sa public inquiry, that there's no such thing as DDS. But there are people, there are witnesses who said that there is such a thing as Davao Death Squad. It may not be the correct term, or it may not really be or explicitly called the Davao Death Squad.
Who
But,
coined
euphemistically.
who coined that name, that phrase, the Davao Death Squad?
I think it was media, it was certain sectors, certain groups.
But it was not the CHR which you headed before, Madam Senator.
We knew it to be as Davao Death Squad because of the various reports. But it did not originate from us, the term Davao Death Squad. What is clear to us is that there was this group of assassins, and some of them are actually part of the Davao City Police Office, and there are also the Abanteros, the assassins themselves, with respective handlers. And already, Mr. Matobato and Mr.
Yeah.
Las Cañas,
If I may cut you, Madam Senator, may quick interjection lang daw si Senator.
Okay,
Hontiveros.
our rules on interjection, ganito ha, I will have to ask the permission of the senator who has the floor
Yeah,
if
okay
you
lang.
want. And then, please limit it to maximum of 2 and very related to the topic that the topic we're discussing, okay? So,
Kahit one lang, Mr. Chairman.
1 or 2. Kaya,
One
kaya,
lang.
you want to,
Yes, yes,
okay,
please.
Senator Risa Hontiveros is recognized.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair, and salamat sa SP Pro Tempore. Very quick, at the proper time, and this is related to the line of questioning of the SP Pro Tempore right now. At the proper time, I will ask the Chair's permission to play a never-before-played video that precisely talks about the Davao Death Squad, exactly related sa line of questioning ng SP Pro Tempore at
Okay.
this moment, Mr. Chair. Salamat,
May isa pa.
SP Pro
May
Tempore.
isa pa,
Salamat
if
kaayo,
you-
Mr.
if you
Chair.
permit it.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Senator Bato. Yes.
Senator, may I
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
interject? Lahat itong sa right side ko, dumaan ito ng Chief of Police, Police Director. Puro commander ng death squad yan.
I thought there was no existence.
Trabaho ng pulis yan. Literally, hindi mo sabihin ng death squad. Yung isang senador, yan ang nakaupo dyan, si Senator De La Rosa. Death squad rin yan. Because they were police directors handling the controlling crimes in the city. So pag sinabi mong death squad, it's a very loose term na ginagamit mo lang parang gano'n sila. Lahat yan sila, ito si Danao, ayan o. Ayan, nagdadasal kasi sa kasalanan niya siguro. Magkano bang, ilan bang pinatay mo? Dumaan yan. Ito, De La Rosa. Tanungin ko sila ngayon. Tanungin ninyo. Openly, lahat yan dumaan pagka-police chief. Pati yan si Gamboa. Tanungin ninyo. Danao, kung may utos ba ako na patayin ninyo yung tao na nakatali yung paa, pati kamay sa likod, or assassinate them. Ang sinabi ko, ganito, prangkahan tayo, encourage the criminals to fight. Encourage them to draw their guns. Yan, buhay yan. Ayan na sila, yan ang instruction ko. Pati yan si Kuy. Encourage, pati yan si De La Rosa, encourage them lumaban. Pagka lumaban, patayin ninyo para matapos na ang problema ko sa syudad ko. Noong na-presidente ako, ganun rin sa command conference. Diyan sa Malacanang. Yan ang utos ko. Bakit ko pagbigyan important? Mag-criminal, they go after the innocent people, robbing. Mabutit na lang sana kung aakyat ng bahay. Mayor ako matagal. Aakyat ng bahay, magnakaw, re-rapin yung bata, re-rapin yung babae, tapos papatayin. Kung ikaw ang mayor, how do you deal with the problem? Ano
Mr.
kaya ang tingin ninyo sa...
Correct.
Hindi, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm sorry to express to the nation. Unforgiving ako. Hardliner. Alam nila yan. Pati pulis alam nila. They are not ready siguro to talk about it. Sinabi ko yan sa mga pulis. Putang ina kayong mga pulis. Pag pumasok kayo dyan sa droga, kayo ang mauuna.
Mr. Chair.
No need to strike. Former Secretary Belica, invited by Senator Bongo. I can give you 3 minutes for opening statement if you want.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. President.
may I interrupt you?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, but I have to respond to the remark of Senator De Lima. It is only fair na bigyan niyo ako ng 1 minute. And I have read, this is part of my speech, but I want to make it of record. Ito yung the long and short sa trabaho ko nung mayor ako pati presidente ako is that the jobs nung dalawang trabaho was never easy and it was not meant to be. I have tried to do the best I can to address the problem of illegal drugs and without compromise. Kasali na lahat yung naririnig niyo. Whatever it is, hindi ako nag-compromise. Sinabi ko, ito, pagka pumasok kayo dyan, walang compromise, walang ariglo, walang usapan. Do not do it in my city. Nung presidente ako, sabi ko, bitawan ninyo. Kasi pag hindi, magkakaroon talaga tayo ng problema. Ito na nga itong ngayon. As I have tried to do the best I can to address the problem of illegal drugs firmly and without compromise. Yan ang gusto ko lang iiwan dito bago ako aalis. O bago ako alis sa mundong ito. For all of its successes and shortcomings, it was not a perfect one. Maraming mali. Baka may maraming krimen. Alam mo, gusto ko lang iiwan ito sa Pilipino. I would never have any other chance maybe in the future. That for all of the successes and mali o ano, I and I alone take full legal, moral responsibility. Yan ang iniiwan ko sa inyo. I am ready for your questions.
Thank you. So, okay, so I assume Attorney Panelo, Mr. Belica, no more opening statement?
I have, Your Honor, please.
Sige, can we observe strictly 3 minutes? Yes, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I, Salvador Panelo, hereby depose state under oath that from July 2016 to October 2021, I was the Chief Presidential Legal Counsel of then President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. From October 2018 to April 2020, I also served as Presidential Spokesperson of PRRD. As Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, I provided legal advice to PRRD on various matters and issued statements providing legal support for the actions of PRRD and his administration. As Presidential Spokesperson, I spoke on behalf of PRRD on matters of public interest, actions, policies, programs, official duties, and accomplishments of his administration. In connection with the Philippine War on Drugs, which is the subject of the investigation and aid of legislation of the Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigation, or the Blue Ribbon Committee of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines. I had no participation therein, apart from issuing statements on behalf of or in support of PRRD, or responding to queries from the media on statements from PRRD on the matter in my capacity as Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson. During my tenure as Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson, and even thereafter, I did not observe or otherwise acquire knowledge of any malfeasance, misfeasance, or nonfeasance in connection with the war on drugs by any government official, including former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senator and former Special Assistant to the President Christopher Lawrence Bongo, and Senator and former Chief of the Philippine National Police Ronald Bato de la Rosa. Specifically, I did not observe or otherwise acquire knowledge of any reward system for killing of illegal drug personalities, any orders to kill drug lords or to implicate political opponents in the illegal drug trade, or any other illegalities alleged before the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, Public Order and Safety, Human Rights and Public Accounts, or the Quad Committee of the House of Representatives. From my point of view,
Can you wind up, sir?
yes,
Yes.
last paragraph.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
From my point of view, there was nothing illegal with PRRD's war on drugs because it was a legal and necessary response to the country's pervasive and destructive drug problem. PRRD merely complied with his constitutional duty, which is his prime duty, to serve and to protect the people, and his campaign promise and mandate to rid the country of the drug menace.
Salamat po,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes. Thank you. At you submitted an affidavit. Mr. Belica, pero keep it within 3 minutes. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am Greco Belica, former Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission Chairman, and I am executing this sworn statement to comply with the directive of the Philippine Senate's Authority of Public Officers, an investigation subcommittee in relation to its motu proprio investigation in the aid of legislation on the Philippine war on illegal drugs. That President Duterte created the now defunct PACC through Executive Order number 43, which was signed in October 4, 2017. That the PACC was created under the Office of the President to directly assist the President in investigating and or hearing administrative cases primarily involving graft and corruption against all presidential appointees as defined by Section 5 EO43, and to perform such other duties as the President may direct. That on January 12, 2018, I was appointed as one of the 4 commissioners of the PACC and 1 chairman. Thereafter, in March 15, 2021, I was appointed as chairman of the PACC following the passing of my predecessor. And I left office at October 8, 2021, when I filed my certificate of candidacy to run in the election. That my previous position and function, as well as jurisdiction of PACC, did not extend to any investigations and operations on illegal drugs, but mainly focus on investigation over alleged graft and corrupt practices by presidential appointees within the executive branch of government. That paragraph A, section 5 of EO40 define the scopes and jurisdiction of the PACC that states the Commission shall have the power on complaint or motu proprio and concurrency with the Office of the Ombudsman to hear, investigate, receive, gather, and evaluate evidences, intelligence reports, and information in administrative cases against all presidential appointees of the executive branch of government. Occupying the position of Assistant Regional Director or equivalent to the rank higher otherwise classified by salary grade 26 up, including the members of the governing board of instrumentality. That consistent with Section 10 EO43, complaints and cases filed or extended to PECC relating to possible violation of RA 92165 are immediately referred to PDEA, DOJ, PNP, NBI for proper investigation. That the best of my knowledge and recollection, all illegal drug-related matters outside PACC's jurisdiction were referred to these agencies. That outside from my previous official position in the PACC, the only involvement that I personally had with respect to the anti-illegal drug campaign of the government, before and after President Duterte is in my personal capacity as a minister of the gospel and founding chairman of the Yeshua Change Agents organization.
Sige, I will let you finish the paragraph. Sige, just continue po doon.
Through the YC, I have helped and continue to help in the demand reduction program of the government by helping in the prevention campaign of those at risk of illegal drug use, as well as the rehabilitation and recovering of former drug dependents.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have a copy of your affidavit then. Salamat po. Thank you.